This might be one of the most boring episodes I have literally ever seen. And I knew it was going to be boring. I mentally prepared myself after seeing the trailer. I looked at my partner and I said, this is going to be nothing but filler. And that is exactly what it was. Oh, we're just going to go back to the past and just make the audience feel even more depressed for Joel dying. Because we're going to humanize him even more and make him more relatable and give him a tragic backstory. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. And then we're going to introduce some weird moral scenario where we are given no information about how far Eugene actually was from the settlement and talking to his wife in person to say his last words. Like we have no idea how far away he was. So we don't know if Joel is being a stickler for the rules or if he's being his usual seasoned, wise self. Because I thought, if they were 10 minutes away, you could get, you could have the guy tied up on the back of the horse, make him talk basically constantly, and as soon as he stops talking, he's turning into an infected. So you could do that for, well, they seem pretty confident that you have about an hour before you turn. So even if the settlement's like half an hour or 40 minutes, you could do that. You could just make him talk. I'm sure he would. Um, but yeah, we unless I missed it, there's like no frame of reference. The world building isn't good enough, and the writing is too lazy to even cover that off. So we're just left with I don't know if Joel was reasonable or not. Who knows? And then he obviously does what he has to do, or what we think he has to do, and he gets back to the settlement, meets Eugene's wife, the therapist, and tells her what most adults would probably say. No one wants to think of their partner's final moments as them begging and pleading you and, woe is me type stuff. Like, no one wants to think of their partner's last moments like that. This is just a maturity thing. And Ellie's, oh my gosh, Ellie was just so
He begged to see you. He had time. Joel promised to take him to you. He promised us both, and then Joel shot him in the head.
she was so vindictive to the point of just not caring about this woman's entire grieving process. This version of Ellie is just spitting in the face of the actual Ellie in the game, who was realistic to an extent, wise beyond her years because she had to be, she had to grow up fast. She had no room for this incredibly infantile mindset. And then, Ellie's obviously mad at him because of the Firefly thing. When it's like, really, dude, you really think that the Fireflies were gonna just make the cure and then distribute it seamlessly to the rest of the planet that's full of bandits and religious cultists and infected? Like, how on earth do you really think that they would have distributed the cure? That would be so hard to do. You're gonna go up to the nearest tribe and be like, "Oh, we have a cure and we're just gonna give it to you, or we're gonna trade it to you for this copious amounts of resource," or I'm not sure how that would go. I don't think it would be kumbaya, let's all remember Ellie the hero, and they've been through so much. I just struggle to believe that you would be that mad at someone because he denied you this opportunity to be like someone who just saved humanity and it was her that was meant to be her destiny. So, anyways, those are my thoughts on episode 6. I did see the trailer for episode 7 and it looks a little bit more lively, which you would hope after that. I just hope Jesse doesn't get done too dirty. I mean, I know what happens in the games, but I just think the show is going to make it even worse somehow. So, anyways, we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.